Okay, so moving on to the next film I want to give my thoughts on. Again, this is something that they haven't really disclosed a lot on it, just a lot of the cast, and I think they're still casting for this film. And that film in question is Terminator Genesis, as the working title so far. That's what I understand. It's not the some people are saying it's not the official title. It's the working title. All right, I guess. Okay. So yeah, or Terminator 5, I guess you could call it. Whatever. It's a new Terminator film. I'm just excited for that. So, new Terminator film. The casting is, of course, first and foremost, Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming back as the Terminator. Yay! The big thing is that we don't know exactly when. What term is he going to play the evil Terminator? Obviously, he's going to play the T-800, but what Terminator is it? What side is he going to play? Is he going to play one of the good guys, or is he going to go back to being a villain Terminator, or is he going to be a reprogrammed Terminator? I don't know, because again, I don't think they've released the story for Terminator for this Terminator film yet, at least as far as I know as of this recording. So going right along through the rest of the cast, we have Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor. Emilia Clarke, for those who know, she's you'd better know her as Daenerys Targaryen. So yeah, this one I'm really excited. This casting I'm really excited for. Also, it's pretty funny. Let me bring this up because I've been meaning to bring this up for the longest time. The year before Game of Thrones started, there was a movie. She was actually in a sci-fi film. Believe it or not, she was in a sci-fi direct to TV movie film called Triassic Attack. For those who don't know what Triassic Attack is about, it is literally a movie about dinosaur bones coming back to life. Not as full dinosaurs, just bones. So just look at that film and be like, huh, one day you're going to be the mother of dragons. Yeah. It's crazy, right? Anyway. What was I going to say? Because now that joke is now dead. Anyway, so going through the rest of the cast, the rest of the cast consists of Jason Clarke as John Connor. Okay, I guess we'll just recast John Connor every time, because Jason Clarke, most of you guys would know from like Zero Dark 30. I'm trying to hang on. Let me try to remember what else is it, because I've seen him in a lot of films. He's been in Death Race. He's been in Public Enemies. He's been in, like I said, Zero Dark 30, White House. He was in White House Down. He's going to be in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Excited for that. And yeah, I can't remember. He's one of those actors. Like, oh, I know that guy when you see him. It's one of those guys. When you look at him, you're like, oh, he's from that thing. Yeah, I know that's not the best description, but sorry. So the one thing I want to bring up is that Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke is only about. I think she's near her 30s. She's almost 30. I think she's in her late 20s. And the thing is that she's going to be playing Sarah Connor. And apparently, I think some of the rumors is that she's playing a younger Sarah Connor. And not like the older Sarah. She's going to play a younger Sarah Connor. And one of the theories for the movie is that the Terminator is going to go back even further in the past to protect Sarah Connor when she's still young. Now, the thing is that you can easily make, thanks to makeup and, acting and all that, you can make an actor or actress younger or older depending on their appearance. I mean, Andrew Garfield is older than he looks, and he's able to pull off being Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So the big thing is she going to... But here's the thing, is she going to play Sarah Connor as we saw her in, like, Terminator and stuff, like as the mother figure, and raising a younger John Connor, or is she going to play a younger Sarah Connor that the Terminator goes back to? And the other thing is that we're also getting Kyle Reese in this film, played by Jai Courtney, who apparently was in movies like Divergent, and I think he was in the Hunger Games. I'm not really into those kind of things. No offense if anyone watching this is on your half. I bear no ill will against you. I'm just not into like that stuff like that. The only thing I've seen him in is in Jack Reacher, and he was in I, Frankenstein, but I didn't get to see that one. So, not discrediting the actor, I just haven't seen a lot with him, but he's playing Kyle Reese, and a little older Kyle Reese. And that's the thing, like, I'm curious, like, where are they going to fit Kyle Reese, as well as have, John Connor and a possibly younger Sarah Connor tie into this? Is it going... people have been kind of theorizing... I've heard some really crazy theories that this film will kind of be like Age of Ultron, where they've time traveled so much they break time. That would be actually really cool. When you think about it, that's a storyline that could really work for Terminator. I mean, how many times in, like, not just in the Terminator movies, but in, like, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, yeah, tongue-tied, and, you know, the Dark Horse comics and stuff like that, how many times have they time traveled? It would make sense that, you know, time is going to, you know, buckle under the weight of all that time travel going back and forth through the time stream. So I think you could go the Age of Ultron route and break time. Wouldn't that be cool to have like all these? I think it would be kind of cool to go with that concept, and maybe they'd play with it even better than Age of Ultron did in that event. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, that's not the official story. That's one of the theories, and I think that'd be pretty cool to deal with. Because all they've used is time travel as a means to an end. They never really talked about the consequences of time. Well, actually, no, they have talked about the consequences of time travel, but they've never really delved further into it. I mean, like back when in Judgment Day, when they destroyed all the stuff that would create Skynet, and then later on in the third movie, they're like, oh yeah, that just kind of held it back a few years. That's it. That's really all you did. So wouldn't it be cool if, like, oh, you did this so many times, you fucked up the future, or you've created an alternate timeline? I think that'd be kind of something to be cool with. But anyway, I guess we'll just have to wait for a trailer to get a thought on this. The next person on here is Deo Okini. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. This guy has been in the Hunger Games, Runner, and I've seen neither films, but I've heard of them. And he's playing Danny Dyson, so I can only assume he's playing an ancestor to the guy who invented the Dyson sphere. Kudos to whoever got that reference. Anyway, so next one on the list is Brian Hyung Lee. I really know I just butchered that name. Most of you guys who know him as Storm Shadow from, of course, the G.I. Joe films, and I think he's a very good Storm Shadow. I think he was a very good Storm Shadow, and I think he's just a very good actor and martial art and stunt actor and martial artist as well. The other stuff he's been in, for most of you guys would know him in, is I'm trying to remember the other ones that he's been in. The other films that he's been in. He was in Red 2. He was in... Damn, I can't remember the other films he's been in. You know when you're trying to think of something, you just forget about it? But you guys would know him better as Storm Shadow. Anyway, I think that's going to be really cool. It'd be cool to see him as, like, a Terminator. I think that would be kind of cool to see his Terminator fight, Brian Hyung Lee versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm betting he's going to play the enemy Terminator. That's just me, though. Maybe he's playing a member of the Resistance. Possibly. That's always one. But my money's on he might be... I'm just theorizing that he may be a badass martial arts Terminator. I'm just saying. So also in this film we have J.K. Simmons, who I don't know who he's going to play. They haven't announced... The only ones they've announced are for the Terminator, Sarah Connor, John Connor, and Kyle Reese, and this other character called Danny Dyson. That's it. Brian Hyung Lee, J.K. Simmons, and the other person I want to mention in here haven't been announced. But J.K. Simmons, I don't know who he could play. Maybe like an old member, or like an old mentor to John Connor who helped train him even further. And I don't know. Maybe he's like maybe he's a high-ranking member of the Resistance. I don't know. Because again, we don't know what this film is. I'm just spouting out a lot of theories here. I'm just having fun with it. That's the main point of this film. Yeah. So moving on, we have Sandrine Holt, who has been in a lot of the Resident Evil films. He's pretty cool. Michael Gladys, who has been in, I think he's been in like Mad Men, the TV show Reckless, and The Mentalist. This is going to be like, I think this is going to be his first film. Okay, that'd be cool to see. And finally, this is the newest casting that was announced today of this movie. As of this recording, tongue-tied. As of this recording, this is the newest cast member that has been announced. Matt Smith. Matt freaking Smith is going to be in Terminator. How, ironic is that? That he just left a TV show about time travel, and now he's in a movie that involves time travel. Isn't that ironic? I think. Anyway, so they've also announced more about Matt Smith's. They haven't announced what Matt Smith is going to, what Matt Smith is going to play, but they have said that he is going to be in this new trilogy. That's something I should have brought up earlier. Yeah, they're going to make this a new trilogy. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how they can do 3 more movies of this and see what they can do with it. But anyway, they've announced, unlike everyone else, they've just said that that Matt Smith will be in all 3 new Terminator films. First off, good on you, Matt Smith, for not only doing this, but also he's going to be in the new what is it? What's his name? I know he's going to be in another film that's coming out this year that I'm really excited to see. I cannot remember the movie he's going to be in this year. Oh yeah, Lost River, directed by Ryan Gosling. How did I forget that? I'm sorry for totally pausing on that, but he's going to be in Lost River, directed by Ryan Gosling. He's going to be in that film. He's got a few other TV shows to do in here. I think it's Matt Smith's career is really showing a lot of stuff, and the fact that he's going to be in 3 Terminator films is also pretty cool. Now here's my theory. As of this recording, because again, we don't know the trailer, we don't know the plot, and we don't know the character that Matt Smith is going to play. My theory is he's going to play the embodiment of Skynet. That's my theory. Who knows? I could be wrong, and maybe I am wrong. But maybe he's playing Skynet. Because as you know, if you're a supporting character in a Terminator film, chances are you're going to get fucked over. So, even if you're a main character, you win or you die. That's which I find funny because not only do we have the actress who plays Daenerys in here, but we also have Alan Taylor, a director of, most of you guys would know as director of Game of Thrones and director of Thor: The Dark World. But getting back to Matt Smith, I think he's going to play maybe the voice of Skynet or the embodiment of Skynet, because that's been done in a lot of the novels and even some of the comics, that Skynet would create its own body to show itself. Maybe he's playing that because again, just because you're in a Terminator film, there's a good chance you're going to get killed, unless your name is Sarah Connor or John Connor, and even then that's iffy. You may not come back. So, yeah, that's my theory. Because again, Skynet is that looming threat. It's that thing that is always permanent, always in the permanent background of the Terminator films. So that's my thing. Maybe he's playing maybe he's gonna play Skynet. Wouldn't that be cool? I think and before we say anything, I know this could be totally wrong. I'm fully willing and aware that I could be totally wrong. For all I know, he could be playing a member of the Resistance, or he could be playing a Terminator, or maybe he's just playing, Boomlift guy number 3. Who the fuck knows at this point? But that's just my personal theory, and I think he could really do that, because if you watch Doctor Who, Matt Smith could easily pull off the evil, slow, calculating psychopath in those films. Episodes of Doctor Who, when he needed to be scary. And he could pull off being scary. So, who knows? And I think he could play that cold, calculating kind of role. Especially if you saw the Nightmare in Silver episode where where the Doctor was controlled by the Cyber Leader. And he was very scary in that. He could easily switch from being kind and gentle to being cold, calculating, terrifying. So that kind of gives me a little leeway into saying that he might play Skynet. But again, I could be totally fucking wrong on this. Anyway, all in all, excited for this film. But again, Terminator. I'm one of those few people who like Terminator Salvation. I think it's a good film. I mean, I obviously acknowledge that it has its flaws, but and again, just because you see the cast and it's a very good cast doesn't mean it'll be a good movie. Remember, that other film had Sam Worthington and Christian Bale in it, and once again, I like the movie, but I recognize its flaws. So you got to look at it that way. But as a Terminator fan, I'm interested in this film. Especially, I want to see what characters J.K. Simmons, Matt Smith, and Brian Hyung Lee are going to play. That's what I really want to see if they'll be announced. I bet you they'll be announced hopefully this Comic-Con, because the movie's set to come out July 1st of next year. So I would not doubt that they give us a little more information this Comic-Con. So yeah. Anyway, I think I've pretty much talked myself out of, talked as much as I could about this. And again, a lot of the casting, I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong on everything about this. So, yeah, and I fully acknowledge, but again, I have to say again, we don't know who those other actors are playing. We just know Schwarzenegger is coming back as the Terminator. We know who's going to play John Connor and Sarah Connor, and who's going to play Kyle Reese, and this other character called Danny. That's about it, as of this recording. So again, I could be totally wrong, and I'm not saying, and I really want to know, who do you guys think these other actors are going to be? I really want to know, who do you guys think these other actors could be playing? I'm really curious to know. I really want to know your theories, and even your theories on the plot. Because again, as of this recording, they have not announced the plot for this film yet. At least I don't know. At least I don't think they have. So that's the cool thing. I mean, we've got a pretty good director, we've got a pretty good cast, but yeah. Anyway, guys, I really want to know, who do you think these actors and actresses are going to play in the films? What do you think the plot's going to be like? And are you excited for a new Terminator series? Anyway, and once again, yeah, I know this isn't like concept art or anything. This is just an image from the Terminator comics that I just wanted to use. Anyway, guys, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and yeah, I'm out.